Hey, my Liptons. So, I initially was gonna do a political video, but I was just like, this news, like, there's just certain news stories that's just coming out where I feel like it's more, as far as for me personally, is more important. Obviously, I'll do the political video, later on, maybe next week or something. I actually want to touch on this whole situation with WWE, Vince McMahon, and talks of a sale. And I'll also give you guys my own personal feelings about it because I have to be honest, y'all. I'm sad about this news. I'm sad about this news. In a way, it's kind of, I don't know, like I felt depressed when I saw this news, and I'm going to get to it. So, obviously, if you guys don't know, just to fast forward, Vince McMahon, he was the CEO of the company. He owns majority of the stock of WWE. And last year, I believe it was maybe June or July, if I'm not mistaken, allegations came out about sexual misconduct and sexual harassment from former employees about Vince McMahon, and eventually the board of directors basically told Vince, you got to step down because this is bad PR for us. So please step down, and we'll handle it from here. They ended up making his daughter, a guy named Nick Khan, who's been working in the entertainment industry, as the co-CEOs, and Triple H, who is Vince McMahon's son-in-law, ended up taking over creative, and all three of them are in the board of directors as well. So obviously, WWE is still running smoothly. Personally, for me, I don't watch the show anymore. I haven't watched it for years. I don't watch any wrestling, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I only listen to podcasts, that sort of thing. That's where I get my wrestling content from. But other than that, I don't watch it because I just feel like, a lot of the times, like, especially with WWE for some years now, they've been like insulting my intelligence with these storylines. Like, it's very kiddish, it's very childish. So I was just like, you know what, this is not for me anymore. So, but I'm still a fan of like their old, like WWF, like Attitude Era, ruthless aggression era. That's my era right there. So, I always go back and rewatch those things. So I haven't watched WWE, but I've been keeping up with a lot of the stuff that's been happening in the news. Um, so now fast forward. Yesterday, I believe, is when I heard the news that Vince McMahon basically bullied himself back into the board of directors. He bullied himself back into the board of directors position in the in at headquarters, because Vince McMahon basically said that if you guys do not reinstate me as the head of board of directors and that sort of thing, and let me bring my own two of my new people to be there for me, I'm gonna make sure that I do not approve any media rights. So basically, I'm so sorry, guys. Facebook is like giving me so many notifications, but basically what they said is that they're not going to approve. Well, Vince McMahon basically said he's not going to approve any media rights. So it's like, their TV contract is coming up. So Vince McMahon said, listen, I got most of the stock. I have the yes or no power. And if you guys do not reinstate me, I'm not going to approve any of the media rights. So basically, the board of directors had no choice but to reinstate Vince McMahon into that position. And mind you, we got to remember, Vince's daughter and son-in-law are in the board of directors. They're part of the board. So even his son-in-law and daughter, Stephanie McMahon, didn't want him to come back. So that tells you one thing. At first, for me, I was thinking to myself, okay, maybe Vince just, obviously wants to, he's an egomaniac, he's a narcissist, so he just wants to come back and have the position that he's had before. Even though, yeah, I know people are going to be upset, but I was like, you know what, whatever. Like, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. Even though he should step down, he should have stepped down a while ago, before all this, instead of having allegations to make him step down. Whatever, let it be. Now, today, unfortunate news, I see articles like this. Let me show y'all. I see articles like this, that Vince McMahon is back at WWE to ensure a smooth sale process. Here's who might want to buy it. So now is being reported that there are talks of Vince wanting to sell WWE. Okay, so it says here in this article, and this is by CNBC. Vince McMahon has returned to the World Wrestling Entertainment Board of Directors to facilitate potential. Okay, so it's potential. It's not like, of immediate or something like that. Sale talks ahead of the company's media rights renewal. The notion of WWE selling isn't news. CNBC reported it looked like a sale target in April, and that it appeared only more attractive in July after sexual misconduct scandal. The rationale is fairly straightforward. WWE's valuable technical property. WWE has hired. I'm skimming through all this. WWE has hired J.P. Morgan to help with the company's advice on potential sale. According to familiar with the matter, J.P. Morgan declined to comment. WWE spokesperson couldn't immediately be reached for a comment. If a deal occurs, it will likely occur in the next 3 to 6 months, said the people who asked not to be named because the discussions are private. WWE plans to talk to potential buyers before it makes a decision on TV rights renewal agreements. Facilitating a sale, McMahon's return should help a sale process go smoothly, though there could be hiccups. The former CEO and chair is 77 years old and controlling shareholder of WWE. He stepped down after investigation found that he paid nearly $15 million to 4 women over 16 years. To quell claims of alleged sexual misconduct, infidelity. Returning to the board will give potential buyers confidence he's supportive of the details and transaction. My return will allow WWE as well as any transaction counterparties to engage in these processes, knowing they will have support of controlling shareholder. McMahon said in the statement. Okay. McMahon's return doesn't affect current leadership. McMahon's daughter Stephanie, former CAA agent Nick Khan. Okay. If y'all guys want to read the rest of this article, and obviously there are other potential buyers. So Comcast, which owns NBC Universal, McMahon's company already has an exclusive streaming deal with Comcast's streaming service Peacock and cable. Comcast has a market capitalization of more than $160 billion, and Fox obviously wants to buy Disney, Warner, Discovery, Netflix, Amazon. Endeavors. Okay. Here's my thing. And I'm so mad at Vince right now. Like, I'm so pissed off at him. Hold on. Here's how I feel. And this is just my own opinion. I do not want WWE to sell. I do not want Vince to sell WWE. That's just my opinion. I don't think he should sell it. At the end of the day, right? When I see these companies, when I see J.P. Morgan, Comcast, Fox, Disney, Warner Brothers, Netflix, Amazon, at the end of the day, even though, yes, those are successful companies, Disney is a very, very successful billion-dollar company, Amazon, Netflix, that sort of thing. I understand those are, very successful companies, but at the end of the day, I don't think that those companies understand the history and the legacy of WWE, right? They don't understand the impact that the WWE has had on so many people and the lives of their WWE universe and mine as well. At the end of the day, yes, I might not watch the new stuff, but it's I still watch the old stuff, and I'm a fan of the Attitude Era. I'm a fan of the Ruthless Aggression Era. So it's to see, for instance, if a company does come in and who has no knowledge of what wrestling is or what sports entertainment is, we're going to be getting a completely different product. We're going to be getting a completely, well, even though, yes, the product does need a shake-up because, wrestling as a whole, and I'm talking about on all sides of wrestling, it hasn't been giving. There needs to be more of a casual audience for wrestling as it is, because the stuff that's going on right now with the storylines and they need work. And don't get me wrong, I'm okay with outside people coming in and helping the company, build better storylines, better matches, that sort of thing. I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is just basically, in a way, selling, Vince basically selling the soul of WWE for $1 billion bucks. And I understand people are gonna be like, oh well, he already done that because he already sold. He's doing a partnership with the Saudi Arabia, that sort of thing. Saudi money, yada yada yada. And don't get me wrong, I understand that. I understand that completely. Like, I understand the human rights violations and that sort of thing. And I know that Vince does put business above everything else. But I just feel like, especially like seeing Vince McMahon and hearing him and hearing him talk in different interviews and documentaries about how much he himself has loved his father, right? And how his father valued the business. Like, he valued, at the time, the WWF, right? And then Vince bought the company from his dad, and his dad didn't want him to really have competition with these other territories. And seeing how much Vince, in a way, Vince definitely valued his dad. And this was his dad's livelihood. And to see Vince basically sell that to people who have no idea what this is, it's kind of, it's depressing. There's no other way I can really, like, explain it. Like, it's just, like, it's depressing. Especially me being, a fan of this company for so long. And to basically see it being sold to the highest bidder as if it's, like, a piece of, like, just a piece of whatever. It's just, I don't enjoy what I'm seeing right now. I don't enjoy, hearing the talks of, like, sales when it comes to WWE. I don't like hearing potential sales. I'm gonna be honest with you. The fact that Vince McMahon is not passing this company down to, like, Shane or Stephanie, honestly really tells me a lot. Because it's just like, sir, at the end of the day, you brought your kids up in this company under the illusion that they would take over the company, right? And maybe because you're mad, you're upset about what happened and the whole situation with the sexual misconduct, you're upset that you were, ousted and kicked out of the as CEO. You had to step down and that sort of thing. So that's why you're like, you know what? If I had to go down, everybody else has to go down. So I'm gonna sell this thing. F my kids. I don't care if this is something that they've always wanted. They didn't defend me. The fact that you're so much of an egotistical person to do that, it's just like, I honestly don't know what Vince McMahon's legacy is going to be when he passes away, if I have to be honest. I do not know what Vince's legacy is going to be. I don't know how people will talk. I mean, we already know how people talk about him now. Like, people do not like Vince McMahon. It is what it is. He has too many enemies at this point. But when he passes away, it's like, what are we going to say? What are we going to say? Like, we're going to say, like, basically Vince is selfish enough that because he went down, he brought everybody else down, and he wasn't gonna give basically pass, like, just pass it down to your kids and let them handle it. Let them, they're younger, they're more in tune with the audience, maybe. Let them handle this. And apparently, according to some people, they like how Triple H has been running WWE as well with the creative. I've been hearing good things, I've been hearing bad things. So it's just like, the fact that you won't do this, the fact that you won't basically do what's right and just give it to your kids and let them, and this is something that Stephanie has always wanted to work in WWE. I saw interviews for her in the past. She never wanted to do anything else except for be in this company. Triple H values, oh my God, worships WWE. Shane, he's in and out, but I know for sure he loves WWE. So it's like, for you to do this, Vince, it really shows me, like, the kind of, like, shitty person that Vince McMahon is. Honestly. Truly. Because it's just like, it makes absolutely no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Personally, for me as a fan, I'm saddened to hear the news that there is going to be a potential sale of WWE, because at the end of the day, I know these other companies are not going to understand, or even probably read up on the legacy of this company and the history of it. They're just looking at this as like a piece of money, a piece of coin, and going about their business. And to have like Stephanie Shane there, who know this business, who were born and raised in it. The fact that they're not going to be able to have this company, and also for them to also pass this down to their kids, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. So anyway, tell me what you guys think. Like, honestly, I'm really saddened about this news. I'm actually depressed about it. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Give me your guys' thoughts. Do you want WWE to be sold? Like, are you here for a potential sale, or do you guys want it to just be like, hey, like a McMahon dynasty sort of thing? Let it be passed down from generation to generation to generation. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in these next couple of months. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because the fact that this is even, like, we're having these talks is looking very much so like it's gonna happen. And we just gonna have to brace ourselves for that to happen. So, anyway, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later, okay? And please subscribe. We're getting up to 200 subscribers. Please subscribe to my channel. And I also want to get your comments as well. All right, bye, guys.